Human mobility has fundamentally altered the makeup and the character of the biological world as more and more species relocated from their natural home environments. This commingling of species on the increase ever since the age of exploration has accelerated dramatically in the recent times. With the advent of mass transportation, travel, and trade, and the onset of full-blown globalization. In this info video, we will discuss about invasive species, how they bring harm to the environment, how it affects the ecosystem, and why people should put their attention to this matter as it carries a huge threat to human beings. Also, we will discuss about biochemical cycles that are present on Earth, namely the sedimentary cycle and the phosphorus cycles. We will talk about their connection with each other, how they both function and help sustain life. Welcome to A Tale of Two Cycles, PhosMentary. Invasive species are species that grow and reproduce quickly and spread aggressively with potential to cause harm. They are also non-native species that have colonized a new area to the point of damaging the surrounding environment and are seen as one of the top 5 major threats to our ecosystem today. According to the Department of Environment, Food, and Rural Affairs, tackling invasive species costs the UK roughly £1.8 billion per year globally. The cost could be over $100 billion per year, exceeding the cost of all natural disasters. Invasive species are capable of causing extinctions of native plants and animals. They are capable of reducing biodiversity and competing with native organisms for limited resources, also altering habitats. This can result in huge economic impacts and fundamental disruption of coastal and Great Lakes ecosystem. As said by Anne Witt of the Center of Agriculture and Biosciences International, she said that, "I bet that if we went to bed tonight with no invasive species anywhere and woke up tomorrow morning to a sea of invasives and introduced pests eating all of our crops, most governments would declare state of emergencies." Invasive species can be brought into a new environment from pathways such as ships, fishing equipments, or accidental releases. This is worrying for us as invasive species can damage services that the ecosystems provide us with.
In order for our life to exist, our ecosystem must have a number of natural cycles that transport various components to each and every single thing on Earth. Among these cycles is the biogeochemical cycle. The biogeochemical cycle is the process through which a substance cycles the biotic and the abiotic elements on our planet. The biosphere is a biotic component, while the atmosphere, lithosphere, and the hydrosphere are the abiotic components. It primarily refers to the movement of nutrients and different elements between biotic and abiotic factors. This cycle is split into gaseous cycles and sedimentary cycles. However, we're only going to concentrate on the cycle on land, that is the sedimentary cycle and the phosphorus cycle.
Sedimentary cycle or rock cycle has no beginning and no ending. Rocks deep within the world are right now growing into different types of stones. Stones in the surface are lying in place before they are exposed to the knowledge that can alter them. Magma cools either subway or on this device and hardens into the igneous stone. As the magma cools, other crystals shape in various temperatures undergoing crystallization. For instance, this material crystallizes out of magma in much higher temperatures than crystal. The pace of cooling determines how much time these crystals would have to be. Gradual cooling creates larger crystals. Like most ground materials, stones are produced and destroyed at cycles. The rock cycle is a framework that depicts the activity, analysis, and reformation of the rock as a result of sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic operations. All stones are made up of minerals. The material is defined as a natural occurring crystalline solid of certain material composition and a typical solid system. The stone is any naturally shaped, non-living, and coherent aggregate body of solid things that represent part of the planet. Igneous rocks suffers at two very distinct environments.
Phosphorus is a critical mineral ingredient found in all plant and animal macromolecules. The transfer of phosphorus via rocks, water, soil, sediments, and life is known as a phosphorus cycle. A phosphorus cycle is a natural circulation of phosphorus in various forms. It is essential to life as it involves energy transport and the transmission of genetic information in all cells, DNA. Weathering rocks and minerals release phosphorus into the environment, where plants take it up and convert it into organic compounds. A phosphorus cycle is vital because plants may be unable to use phosphate fertilizers. The majority of the nutrients are lost due to the runoff. Most agricultural fertilizers contain nitrogen and phosphorus, which can enter aquatic habitats via surface runoff. Eutrophication is a condition caused by fertilizer in the runoff. It may promote the excessive growth of algae or other bacteria that were previously restricted by nitrogen or phosphorus.
I'm here to discuss the different harmful anthropogenic effects by humans and their deeds, particularly in the phosphorus and sedimentary cycles. And these are as follows: pollution of different water bodies, fish death because of the different pollutions in the water bodies, phosphorus being polluted for consumptions because, as we know, different life forms need phosphorus in order to thrive. The presence of blue-green color algae, which serves as an indicator for pollution in different water bodies. The unusual runoffs of sediments, which results in different human activities such as building infrastructures and erosion. Polluted minerals in the soil, which is the result of different chemicals being pumped in the soil for human benefit, such as different fertilizers and pesticides that can harm the natural cycle of the soil. And last but not the least, the absence of essential minerals due to excessive mining. Because as we know, mining has been a commodity to humans, and the different handpicking of valuable metals and minerals from the soil may be harmful to the natural cycle, particularly in the sedimentary and phosphorus cycle. And based on this, we therefore conclude that the different anthropogenic deeds have been harmful to nature and these two cycles particular.
Hi, I am John Joshua Purisima, and I will be talking about epigenetics, a fascinating genetic science topic. Epi is a Greek prefix meaning above, so epigenetics is a layer above genetics or DNA. Our bodies are made up of cells containing chromosomes and DNA, our genetic blueprint for life. Our DNA blueprints are set at birth and never altered. Our blueprints determine our future physical attributes such as gender, height, hair, eye color, and so on. The DNA code never changes, but two processes involving metal groups and histones, which are common epigenetic changing factors, may shut off genes and block them from working. Chemical mechanisms meticulously activate and deactivate parts of an organism's DNA as it develops and evolves. Epigenetics studies chemical processes and regulating factors. Identical twins are a famous epigenetics example. Identical twins possess the same DNA, yet they'd be different if separated. If one had a healthy diet, a good living environment, and no emotional traumas, the other was malnourished, lived on the streets, and lost his friends due to gang violence, which caused hardship. Epigenetic alterations are more important than physical and emotional differences. DNA won't change, but cell activity will. Early indicators reveal that epigenetic alterations may be passed on to our children or grandchildren. Our epigenome is environment responsive. So stress, diet, behavior, and chemicals alter our genetic code. This is a fascinating new area of study and we'll learn more about it. But for now, let's manage our lives, eat a balanced diet, work or live in a safe environment, and avoid excessive stress, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. This is John Purisima, and thank you for watching.